This is Tara Sullivan, Sully Stitches. If you've reached me today, this is a video about my cross stitching. This is Flosstube number 23, and today is Friday, July 4th. I hope everyone's getting to celebrate the holiday however you choose to. Mine's going to be some barbecue and cross stitching, I hope. So I thought I would get on here real quick and do a video. I know a lot of people are doing whip parades or mid-year parades, things of that nature. I completely stole this idea from Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher. So she did a great video this week of everything she's kind of worked on to own, even things that she FFO'd, fully finished, maybe stitched last year, in one video for kind of like a mid-year. I'm just going to do everything that I have finished, and then anything that I have started this year, which it's not too exciting for me, but I thought I would go ahead and recap that as well. Kind of have a good mid-year kind of recap, so I kind of could look back and see what I had done mid-year. I will be having to look down and look at my notes. I can't remember these things, but I do have notes, thank goodness. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. Has a wonderful 4th. It's been busy as always. You know, I think summer's always busy for all of us. I had a medical procedure on Monday, went pretty well. So that was good, but I had to do a little bit of recovery from that. So I was off work Monday and then part of the day Tuesday, and then with a shortened week, I kind of had to get in as many meetings as possible, right, in that time. And then next week for work, I have to go to a conference in Washington, D.C., so I'll be there Thursday through Friday. Hopefully after that, I don't have to travel at all that I know about, knock on wood, for a little while. So it'll be nice to kind of stay home, do some home projects. And that's kind of why this video is happening right now. I started pulling stuff. I try to pull stuff early for my videos, try to start getting it together once I kind of make a plan of what I'm going to do. And my craft room was just such a mess. I was like, I'm going to sit down and record and get it done with. Not sure what else this weekend's going to bring, so let's just go ahead and get it done. Anyway, so I hope you like this. Hope you enjoy it. Just kind of a mid-year break point, and then the end of the year I usually kind of show everything that I stitched, and we'll see. Maybe this year I'll just do July to end of December, or maybe I'll just do a full year recap. I didn't pull all the charts. That normally I do that for my year end, and if I do a year end, I will do that, but I didn't do that today, and I had enough of a mess out here. I want to say everyone who's stitched along with me or tagged me for spooky summer, thank you guys so much. I've loved, as you guys know, or if you've watched me at all, or if you don't know, if you're new, I'm a huge Halloween fall fan. Love it. It's some of my favorite stitching. And I kind of just realized, I know a lot of people who do Christmas in July, which is tons of fun, for Jolly July, but I have a lot of Christmas smalls. And believe it or not, even though I love fall and autumn stitching, I don't have a lot fall or Halloween smalls. And so when I say small, like soft finishes, pillows, stand-ups, things of that nature. I have a lot of Halloween and fall framed pieces, which I did a recap one already, back of like everything fall and Halloween, I think. So I have a lot of those, but I just didn't have a lot of small. So I thought it would be kind of fun. I had texted some friends, and I was like, "Do you guys want to, stitch? You can do a whip, you can do a new start, whatever you want to do." And they're like, "Yeah, that'd be fun." And then my friend Carol Crago named it Spooky Summer, and then kind of announced it on Flosstube and on Instagram, and everybody kind of jumped in. So it's been a lot of fun. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate it. And you'll see at the end of this some of the progress that I've made on some of my fall and autumn pieces. To be honest with you, I am going to start a Patriotic piece today. It's going to be a larger one that I work on all year. And then, of course, I'm going to sprinkle in some smalls. I'm kind of doing a mix of every sale that everyone's doing for the 250th. which is totally fine by me. I think it's fun. I don't really, I think I've said this before, I don't really plan a lot. I just kind of stitch what I want when I want. It's fun that way. I do have I'll show you a little bit of the haul that I got. Mainly it's fabric. I bought some fabric. And then we'll go from there. So let's get started. We'll jump right in. So what we have, and I'll give counts. Some people like the count, some people don't. Nobody come for me either way. But of my 2025 finishes so far, um, I started off in January. Shocking, I know. With a Carriage House Companion Quaker. So I did get this one already fully finished. So I did this just in a green version. This is 40 count XJU Designs Light Hazelnut. I love this kind of yellowish light hazelnut. This is, I really think, what I stitched. Well, my piece at least was this color of Land That I Love On by Teresa Kogan. And I love that piece. I love that design. Anyway, love this kind. It's kind of a yellowish tone, but it's 40 count XJU Designs Light Hazelnut, and I used a color and cotton thread called Evergreen. So just one thread. This was sparked by the Lori Holt green Christmas bowl she showed in one of her videos. I think it sent us all, or maybe just Instagram photos. I think it was video, and it sent me down a like a loophole. I am going to have an all green. I'm going to copy her. I'm going to have an all green bowl at some point in time in my life. I just gotta plan that accordingly. And then I have done a lot of these, but I love these designs, and you'll see more of them popping up. But this is Little Robin Designs. This is the Merry Minis. I had joy left to do. So I did this on 36 count Fiber on a Whim Latte, the called for colors. I did have it fully finished. This was finished by Faye Rigsby, who I have listed in my notes down below. I'm not sure she's accepting customers or not. That's totally, you just have to reach out to her. But so cute. And even though I had finished these in December, I thought I would show the whole set so you could kind of see it. So I love these designs. One's green, one is in the two-tone, and then one is in the red. So, oh, and if your counter, that's number 2 of my finishes. And then I did Needlework Press, Be a Friend. This is in honor of a friend that I lost last year, Jen Winthizer, Purple Stitcher. I had incorporated some purple into it, but I stitched this on 40 count needle and flax Valley Forge, and I added old purple paint, and it was my 2025 blessing sampler as well. So I did finish this in January. Love how it turned out. Be a friend. No truer words. And that's amazing. I was kind of shocked at how few pieces I've gotten framed this year, but hey, gotta work on it all. Next was, and some of these are not fully finished. This is Woolly U Winter's Frost. I did this on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. They're PDF downloads, and I think she has an Etsy shop, and I'm not sure if that one's there or not. Then I did Threadwork Primitives, Valentine Duo. And this is the Love on 40 count needle and flax Sleeping Bear. I didn't have a lot of Valentine. I still don't have a lot of Valentine, but I really tried this year. Let's see. Next was, I made 2 of these. This, I kept one and then gave one as at an exchange. But this is Heart and Hand Maker. And mine I kept was on 40 count Sleeping Bear by Needle and Flax. And then the other, I did the other one on 40 count Thornfield. But I love that design. So this is everything that I did for January, and that was 7 fully finishes. Well, yeah, fully stitched finishes, right? Maybe not FFOs, but fully stitched finishes. Okay, and then in February, I did the 2025 Heart and Hand Collector's Heart. I did this on 36 count needle and flax, dirty teacup. I loved this one when it came out. Heart and Hand does these every year. I have a lot of them, but this one I stitched right away. It says love who you are. Love the frame that we put on that. So cute. Okay, let's see. Next was With Thy Needle and Thread, Oh Lucky Day. I have no St. Patrick's Day either. Last name's Sullivan. I mean, come on. This is on R&R 36 count Patriots brew. I want to do all these that's in this book. And I'm sorry, I should have got my board, but I always forget it, don't I? So this is Oh Lucky Day by With Thy Needle and Thread. And it's on 36 count Patriots brew. And these are all in a book. I think I have the leprechaun started and I forgot about him. He's somewhere. I gotta find him. I will find him. Okay. The next and the last one for February was Stacy Nash Animal Cracker Millie. Love her. She is done on 36 count needle and flax sleeping bear. So cute. I gotta get her fully finished. So this was for the Super Bowl. I did a stand-up bowl, and you could pick any animal cracker or like one of the Teresa Kogut Santas for stand-ups, and just work on it during the Super Bowl. Work on it during the Super Bowl, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of people are really knocking the animal crackers out. It's great to see. So that's a lot of fun. So for February, I'm up to 11 finishes. And then we go into March. So the first one for March was, I'm taking this to the framer hopefully next weekend after I get back from Washington. This is With Thy Needle and Thread, Maker and Mender, and it's on 40 count needle and flax Thornfield. I love how this turned out. I'm going to get it framed. Maker and Mender by 40 count Thornfield. Love that one. And I love it on Thornfield. I think it turned out so good. Which we all know I love 40. You might not know, but said it a good bit. I love the 40 count needle and flax Thornfield. It's one of my favorites. Okay, let's see what's next. Next is again the Little Robin Designs, the 3 pillows. This was the springtime snippet. So I first did spring, and this one is fully finished again by Faye. So spring was done on, they were all done on 40 count color and cotton almond butter, and with the call for threads. The only thing that I did was I switched which one was green and which one was blue. So I did spring in the green instead of in the blue like they called for. And this is the back of the backing fabric and then the ruche ribbon. And then I did Bloom next, which was the two-tone color one. So it used both the green and the blue. Again, same backing fabric. She puts a little pocket on there with a little charm. So cute. And then the last one is Hop. And again, they're all on 40 count color and cotton almond butter. All of the called for threads. I just switched. Hop was supposed to be green. I made it blue. Spring was supposed to be blue. We made it green. And that was from me and my friend Lisa were talking. She's like, I just feel like, spring with the lamb should be green. I'm like, that's a great idea. So I switched them. I think it turned out really cute. The next one I did was With Thy Needle and Thread. The robins are here. I stitched this on 40 count vintage country mocha. This was a country sampler kit. And Faye did finish this one for me as well. The robins are here. Love that finish. The back. And it was, again, 40 count vintage country mocha. So that takes me through March, which is 16 finishes so far. Smalls. Doesn't matter how many, right? I just give the counts. Then we go into April, which is another country sampler kit. This was with I Needle and Thread Spring Awakens, and it was done on 40 count vintage country mocha too. And I love this bag. She did like a little floral, that kind of grungy button, which I just love. Turned out so cute. So with a country sampler kit, you get like the backing fabric and normally like the trim and the pattern, the fabric and the thread, and then Faye put it all together for me. So love that one. Okay. And then next was a Sampler's Not Forgotten hydrangea kit. So this was a kit that came out at Market. I love hydrangeas. Oh goodness. So this one is fully finished. I did change the fabric. I mentioned it before, I'm not a big weeks stitcher. My stitches are just kind of tight. But this was, I did change this to 36 count Fox and Rabbit Saltbush. And then this is the back of that. So cute. My pillows are gonna start falling if you see anything crazy. Okay, the next was a With Thy Needle and Thread, a Grand Old Flag. This was part 3. A lot of people had stitched this. I had done the other 2 last year, but I had not finished the flag, and so I wanted to get this kit, no, these 3 fully done and fully finished this year. So in April, I stitched the Grand Old Flag Part 3, and this is on 40 count R&R creme brulee. It is deceivingly a lot of stitches, but love this backing fabric that Faye used. It's by Brenda Gervais, I believe. Sandy Gervais. But I did go ahead and pull the other 2, even though I finished them last year, because I got them fully finished, just to show you the full kit. So I'm really good at holding things up. And then they both have love this little this one, the little USA detail. So cute. I'm glad to have those fully finished. They were adorable. Okay, and then let's see. Next in April, I did Heart and Hand. These came out at Market. I just loved them. I did a Heart and Hand Maker, and they're done on 36 count Fiber on a Whim Milk and Honey, which was the call for, and I used the call for thread. So that's the Heart and Hand Maker, and this is my favorite one. This is the Heart and Hand Stitch. And again, those came out at Market this year, I believe, yes. Okay, and then I did a Scattered Seeds, Cottontail & Co. This is on 40 count R&R Winter Brew. I think I saw Nicole Spohr working on this. And I was like, oh. I mean, I love the scattered seed patterns. I love the scattered seed bunnies, especially. I have so many of them, but I just haven't stitched them. And I was like, I'm stitching that. And again, surprisingly, much bigger than you would think, but adorable. So that is Scattered Seeds Cottontail & Co. And it's done on 40 count R&R Winter Brew is what I chose for it. And I love how that turned out. I can't wait to get that one fully finished. And that takes me through April. I'm at 22 finishes so far. And we're going to move into May. I'm going quick. Shocking. So the next one, again, I told you you'd see a theme here. Little Robin Designs, Little Liberties. So I stitched these all on 40 count Needle and Flax Valley Forge. And so Little Robin's Design 1776, which is the two-tone one. And then I stitched Little Liberty's Justice, which is the all red. And then Liberty. Again, all done on 40 count needle and flax Valley Forge with the called for threads. Love those. Okay. And then I did, the only other thing I did for May was heartstring samplery, the Little Liberty, the Little Needleberry. Oh man, I really need my board. Sorry about that. And that was done on 36 count XJU Designs brown paper. Okay, so that takes me through May. I'm at 26 finishes. May was a hard month. I traveled a good bit for work in May. And sometimes I just don't get a lot done. No excuse. This is just the way it is. Next one is October Fiber House. Again, this is done on 36 count XJU Designs brown paper. I worked on these when I was, the first one, the heartstring samplery. I was on a girls trip in Michigan for a week, and I really got some stitching done. A lot of cutting up done, but a lot of stitching done. So this was a color and cotton conversion, and this was 36 count XJU Designs brown paper. So October House Fiber Arts, Let Freedom Ring. It was in one of the last magazines. A lot of people have stitched that. It's very popular. Cute design. The next one was Not Forgotten Farm. Again, you can see because I was on traveling, just took a big piece of 36 count XJU Designs brown paper. And this is Parade Sam, Not Forgotten Farm. I gotta stitch the girl too. I just haven't got to her yet. But he's so cute. And then she just came out with ones for October that are to die for as well. Oh, they're so cute. If you hadn't seen him, go look. The next was O is for Old Glory. I've got to cut this one down. I'm gonna put this one in a frame, one of the round frames with the squares from signed and numbered. I just got to get it ordered, but this is heartstring samplery, O is for Old Glory, and it's done on 40 count needle and flax Dolly Madison. Love it. Love how it turned out. I thought I changed maybe the red or the blue, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I just kept it as is. I didn't make a note if I did. O is for Old Glory. How adorable is that one? Okay. The next one was Threadwork Primitives, Patriotic Rose. This was in a country sampler kit. So cute. Love how it turned out. I'm not sure because it was a kit. The fabric and the thread came with it. But if you wanted that conversion, you could call Country Sampler and get the kit. The next one is one of my favorite finishes for so far this year. Oh, did I forget about it? Whoops. In February, I did finish one other one. It was Blackbird Designs, Little Birds. You guys have seen it. It's very large. It's on my mantle downstairs. I forgot to grab it and bring it up. I just thought about it when I was thinking, because that's probably my other favorite finish this year so far. Nothing little about it. It's named wrong. But it was on 36 count. Picture this plus Heartland with the Vicky Clayton silks. If you want to see that, just go to my Instagram. I've posted it. It's a beautiful finish. I was glad to have that one done. Sorry about that, guys. The next one was Folk Art Garden, 36 count XJU Designs Dark Soul. I did fill in some of the black pieces. I did not leave them empty in the negative space. I just kind of put some black in where I wanted to. Since my fabric was not a black, it was more of a dark green. But I love this finish on this fabric. And again, I should have my board. It always looks so much better with a board. Sorry, guys. I know, stop bringing it up, right? You forgot it. Love that finish. That is going to the framer again as soon as I can get over there. I have a local framer. He doesn't take like mail order or anything, but he's about 45 minutes from my house, so kind of have to plan my trips. And he closes by 1 on Saturday, which if I wasn't lazy, I could get there. But sometimes I sleep in on Saturday. Anyway, so Teresa, you don't need to know all that about me. Teresa Koga Folk Art Garden, 36 count XJU Designs Dark Soul. Let's see what's next. I know it's so funny, and Brenda Lord, because again I say that word wrong, or well, I don't say it wrong. I say it like I say it, and but I know it's just with love. I know they're totally kidding, and it's hilarious, and I love it. I'm one of those people you can joke with me all the time. I laugh at myself more than probably I laugh at anybody else. But um, Laura was like, "Well, she just looked beautiful in her last video," and I wanted to tell Laura, I was like, "It's just sweat. It's so hot that I'm just pouring sweat like all the time, so it makes me look my skin look great because I'm pouring sweat." um, anyway, sorry, sidebar. Okay, the next one was Primrose Cottage, stitching Quaker. I did this on 40 count R&R Winter Brew with a called for. Love this design. This was this, you know, deceptively stitch heavy. I thought it was a lot of color changes. I mean, it makes it worth it. It looks great, but it was a lot more work than I had planned for a small. But I love it. I love how it turned out. A lot of people have stitched this, changed colors on it. It looks so good how everyone's done it. But Primrose Cottage stitching Quaker. On the side. Let's see. Next is With Thy Needle and Thread, Land of Liberty, and this is on 40 count Valley Forge. By Needle and Flax. So cute. I had not stitched this one, and I made some flippant comment that I was probably the only person in the world that hadn't stitched it, and this is why I make notes, people, because I'm old and I forget things. But a very nice lady reached out to me on Instagram and was like, "Hey, I haven't started it either." She was going to the Brenda Gervais retreat. She was like, "I'm gonna start it. Do you want to start it?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, Mrs. Curry's classroom." I knew it was Mrs. Curry's classroom reached out to me and was like, "You want to start?" I've never started it either. I was like, "Sure," but I don't know. But once I started working on it, I was like, "I'll start it," but I don't know how fast I'll finish it. But once I started working, I couldn't put it down. It was just so much fun, and it stitched surprisingly fast. Um, but again, with that needle and thread, Land of Liberty, I have it finally stitched. I can't complain anymore because I've loved it for years, and I have so many friends that have stitched it. The next one was Lottie Da My Country. I did this on 40 count needle and flax hawthorn. Again, one I have seen stitched a million times. Every time Carol's page, like July, Carol Saltbox's July decoration video comes on, she has a scent behind her, and I look at it every time. But I did this on 40 count needle and flax hawthorn. Lottie Da My Country. I used the called for MPIs, just not the called for fabric. I love how it turned out. I did not stitch the other two borders. I thought since it was a small, I'm going to get it turned into a soft finish. I cheated and finished it. I was bordered out. And sometimes, the like the just the line border and the line border and the line border. I mean, the finishers do a great job, but sometimes I think it's got to probably make it like tougher, like to get it straight. And if you, anyway, I was just lazy. Let's just leave it at that. I'm probably completely wrong on that, but because I don't finish, I can make assumptions. But that was Lottie Da My Country, and then the next one, again, shocking. Little Robin Designs, Slightly Spooky Boo. I'm kind of proud of myself though, because I really said at the beginning of the year I wanted to get all these stitched. And I'm working on the last set now because I fell in love with the Christmas one the end of last year. And I had them all, and I was like, I'm getting those stitched this year. And spring came out, I believe, at Market. Did spring come out at Market? Yeah, spring came out at Market. It was the last one in the series. And I was like, I'm stitching all of them this year and getting them fully finished. So kind of proud of myself. I'm getting close on those. So Little Robin Designs, Slightly Spooky Boo. And these, let's see, starting at Stitching Quaker, this is what I've worked on since you guys last saw me, like 2 weeks ago, I believe. I didn't look when my last video was. I can, but do you really care? Um, Probably seems like it was 2 weeks ago. So in 2 weeks, this is what I've done. I finished the Stitching Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I just finished with the, I had started those, with Thy Needle and Thread Land of Liberty, which is on, which was done. I finished Lottie Da My Country, which I had started, very small start up in Michigan. And then next was Little Robin Designs, Slightly Spooky Boo. I'm doing these on 40 count needle and flax Endora. I love the modeling of this. So that is Slightly Spooky Boo. These are my like lunchtime project. I've kind of mentioned that before. Um, I had, I had, I started this because of the spooky summer. I knew this was probably one of the ones that I was going to work on because it's such a good travel project. And I finished Boo. And then I started and finished with Thy Needle and Thread Gardener Good Witch. And this is on 40 count Lakeside Exemplar. I've had this one kitted forever. This is when you used to could get Lakeside like it was easy as all get out, but those days are gone. But this, I love how this one turned out. I feel like Lakeside's you're kind of seeing it again, which is wonderful. I'm glad for that. But with Thy Needle and Thread, Gardener Good Witch, 40 count Lakeside Exemplar with the called for threads. Love how that one turned out. I'm thinking of probably either using the new line Teresa Kogut as the backing. Love that one. Or potentially um, the pumpkins one. The pumpkins on the vine. We'll see. One of those two. Or whatever the finisher does. They bake a lot better than I do sometimes. I'm like, you can use this if you want, but you don't have to if you got something better. I'll leave it up to them. They see stuff finished all the time. And then I did, for the last one for June, was With Thy Needle and Thread, Celebrate Harvest. I did this on 40 count needle and flax Hemingway. Love how it turned out with the called for threads. So for June, at the end of June, I had 37 finishes. Some fully finished, some just finished, stitched. So I think that's really good. So 37 finishes. And then I had one more finish I squeaked out last night, which was for July. This is Little Robin Designs, Slightly Spooky Eek. Again, it's on 40 count needle and flax Endora. I cannot wait to get the third one done and get these fully finished. I am in love. I love this design right here. I love the Eek. Love everything about it. Call for threads. I did change the fabric to 40 count needle and flax Endora. But this is July. So technically I'm doing my recap up until June. So that's kind of everything that I have finished so far for the year. Hope you enjoyed that. You've seen it all, but if you're like me, I forget. So I like re-seeing this stuff because and I know it sounds weird, but like at different times in different videos, if people re-show things, I love it because maybe I wasn't in the mood for it then, and now all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, I really want to stitch patriotic or fall or whatever. So um, I just like seeing the stitching. Show me the stitching. Like, I'm happy with any of it. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, totally stole it from Jessica Sweetwater. She had a great video this week. I'm sure you all have watched it. Um, I love how much she starts. It just, I'm not a, I kid, but as you guys know, I don't really start a lot. So mine's going to be pretty boring, but I will show you what I started. But I love watching just her enthusiasm for stitching. I'm the same way, so that's to me a ton of fun. So let me get everything picked up. I'm going to come back, show you kind of what I've started this year. I don't know months or dates or anything like that, but this just what I have started this year and what I have still as a whip this year. I'm not going to show all my whips, even though I think I counted the other day I have like 10 total. So some of them are just things I started last year, maybe at the end of the season. I hope to get them all done this year. That would be a great goal, but if I don't, I ain't worried. Come back around at some point. So let me get cleaned up and I'll come back. So got all that picked up, thank goodness. So hope you enjoyed that. That's kind of my mid-year recap of everything that I have stitched on, well, finished or fully finished since January. So thank you for that, and thank you, Jessica, for the idea. I appreciate it. Anyway, so kind of wanted to show you the things that I've started just this year. I do have some whips that I've carried over from last year. There's I think there's 4 from last year. I have Plum Street, Peace, Love, and Purpose, Crochet Go Go, Happy Halloween, Carriage House Samplings, Halloween at Hulk Run Hollow, and With I Need on Thread, Grateful, Thankful, Bless. So maybe I'll be able to get some of those finished this year as well. We shall see. I did abandon one whip that I had. Nothing against it. It just I didn't read the directions fully and I didn't stitch it right. So we'll see. Maybe I'll pass the stash one time on my next video whenever I get that pulled out to see if somebody wants it, because I got a good bit of it done. I'm just not going to continue on. So maybe someone will want that and I can just give it to them, send them to them happily. So okay, so what I've started. Again, I don't know exactly all the details, but I did start this one in January. This is in this really cute Starry Owl Stitchery bag. I started this with my good friends Yvette Go and Carol Crago. This is Barbara Anna Designs 3 Witches. So cute. Love it. I am stitching this on a needle and flax. What was it? I didn't write that down. Hawthorne, maybe? I don't know. I have no clue. I love it, though. Why can't I remember? Anyway, doesn't really matter. I got a lot of it done, but I got one witch done out of it. I might still pick this up for spooky summer. Give this whip some love. Try to knock it out. Yvette's already got it done and framed. She killed me and Carol. I know Carol's stitch on this some for spooky summer. I love it. I just got to get it back out. I'm one of those people, like, it's not that I'm like monogamous for a reason. It's just because sometimes if I put a project back, I think I've mentioned this before, if I put a project down, it's hard for me to go back to it sometimes. Once I go back into it and I fall in love with it again, I lock in, really enjoy it. But yeah, I put it down and now I just got to pick it back up. But I will hopefully have this one finished this year, even if I stitch it in during fall. It's such a cute design. Now, where am I going to lay these? Let's see. Put it right here. Sorry, never have enough table space when you do these videos. Okay, the next one was my birthday start. A lot of people joined this with me. I picked this one after Market. It was one of my favorite Market releases. This is, as you guys know, I love Wood Thy Needle and Thread. This is a Wood Thy Needle and Thread design, a daily reminder. It says be good and do good. A lot of times it's funny when I leave somewhere, I always tell people to be good. And they're like, don't make me be good. And I'm like, well, I'm just telling you so I can tell myself. So, you know, I always say be good or be good at it. Um, anyway, so a daily reminder, be good and do good. I decided to change the fabric on this one. I am using Fox and Rabbit. I tell you, this is why I have to make notes, guys. I have no brain. Cactus Wren. This is a new color they released for Market. And it was in a really pretty berry stitch folk bag. This is one of her club bags, I believe. Don't hold me to that. So, this is my progress. I'm going to pick it back up. I'm kind of slack. Be good, do good. I have finished the house. I finished a lot of the fence. It's cute. I think I got caught up in Market Mania. So Stitch and Jim had Market Mania, and I jumped into the fold. I got a little distracted. It was fun. Then that's where most of these starts kind of come from. The next one is in another, well, that's not the next one I got right here. The next one is in this really pretty Tammie Latimer bag. I think it's Vintage Stitchers on Etsy. She makes really beautiful bags. Stitch and Jim sent me this after we met at StitchCon last year. It's out of the Pride and Prejudice line. I love that. And this is one of my Market Mania starts. It is Shakespeare's Peddler, Kindness Makes Friends. And I have a whopping start on it, let me tell you. I mean, you guys are going to be jealous. I put the details of what I started it on because I really cannot remember right now. I've got it written down somewhere. So what I want to do better next year is, like, I put all my finishes in one spot in my journal. And I really next year want to put all my starts and the fabric that I choose for that start in one spot in my journal next year. I'm going to try to do better with that. We will see how that goes. But now don't be jealous. This is a ton. So... Kindness Makes Friends. I love this one. I just got to get back to it. And someone mentioned, I'll check it. Someone mentioned I missed something in here, so I'll look. But I think it's just that's the I and the J started. But I think she thinks I did an L. I don't know. Anyway, I got to go back and look. But when I pick it back up, I'll check it. I appreciate somebody pointing that out, though. Because I am certainly not perfect. Nor do I want to be. So that one's cute. And then my next start, man, another Storehouse Stitchery bag. These are so pretty. It's funny. This is Honeybee Sampler. A lot of people started this and stitched this as part of a stitch along. And if you look at my Instagram, you'll see who that's with. But it was a Market Mania start as well, so I kind of combined the two. And Honeybee Sampler, I ended up changing and doing chickpea as my thread. And I used Thornfield as my fabric, and I love it. This will be probably the next whip that I pick up, or 3 witches, I'm not sure. But I love just using one thread to stitch sometimes. So, Honeybee Sampler on Thornfield by Needle and Flax. So, Love it. And my last start this year is one that I started for market, no, sorry, for spooky summer. It is with that needle and thread, Hilda's Alphabet Brew. Always love this one. Just started this one. These are the threads. This is in another Tammie Latimer bag. You can find her on Instagram, and I think it's VintageStitchers is her Etsy shop. But how pretty are those threads? And my thread's always a rat's nest, guys. Sorry about that. And I have a hanging thread because I was working on this one last night. It's just going to have to stay. But this is where I've gotten on this one. I hope to finish this one this weekend. We'll see. Hilda's Alphabet Brew. And I'm doing this on 40 count Dames of the Needle cow fodder. Love how cute that is. So that is everything that I have started this year, whatever, 2025. Like I said, I do have a few from last year too. We'll see what I can get finished. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on myself. So I have a little bit more. I have some tiny little bit of haul, mainly fabric, that I'll show you guys, and then I do have some stuff I wanted to show you just kind of from spooky summer. And then I am going to do a larger Patriotic start today, as I kind of mentioned before. And I kind of want to start that and then work on it through next year. I'll share, I had two front runners, and I think I finally picked one, and I'm going to start it today is my plan. Let's see. And then I do have a couple more, like I pulled a little bit more Patriotic, and I've kidded it, may want to focus on next year too. I think it was two needles pulling thread, Missy, and them. She was like, I think it was Missy. I don't think it was Kathy. I think Missy was like, I'm going to stitch what I want. That's kind of me, dude. Just so I have it, it's there, it's kitted. I like having it all together. And then if I'm in the mood for it, I'll go for it. But I want to do a couple more larger Patriotic. And if I do any Christmas stitching this year, it's probably just going to be a larger piece. I just have to decide what it is. And it'll probably just be in December, because I do really always get kind of the Christmas itch to stitch in December, in January. So we'll see what I decide to do there. So let me set up for the next round, everyone. So let's see. As I mentioned, I am going to do a July 4th start for the 250th. There's tons of sales out there. 13 for $250. I think Kindred Stitchers doing a 25 in 2026. I don't know. I get them confused. But there's tons of them for you to join out there, which is a lot of fun. I'm just going to do, like I said, I didn't want to put, I pulled a bunch of charts, smalls, and other ones that I'd really like to focus on this year. I have just a Patriotic bag, and then I know for sure I'm starting this one today. So this is in a Sheri Sew Sweet bag. So cute. This is Teresa Kogut in the Hello America book, and it's the 1776 sampler. Not tiny. It's 225 by 253. There is some open space in it, thank goodness. So I do want to kind of incorporate and put in 2026 somewhere on here. I haven't decided, maybe remove the rabbit above the flag. We'll see. what I end up doing. But I love this design. I chose to do this on, it's mainly DMC, but I chose to use 36 count needle and flax, I mean, sorry, 40 count needle and flax sleeping bear for my fabric. I think that's going to look really pretty. And the threads, like I said, except for one overdyed, which is Blue Corn by Classic Colorworks, which is one of my favorite blues. It is mainly DMC. So, a DMC. Like, I don't, as I mentioned, I don't really take the time to make that pretty. I should be a better Flosstuber, sorry. I just want to stitch, like I say all the time. I want to make the X's, but colors are really pretty. There's no easy way to hold up the DMC. I can't believe anybody watches me. Anyway, y'all are here for the last, I hope. It's a 40 count needle and flax sleeping bear. I never claimed to be a professional. I just really like to stitch. And I'm going to start that one today. So I'm excited to get that started. And I will be posting my progress on that through the year. No rush on that one unless I get like a wild hair and decide to pick it up. So that's kind of one of my big plans for today. I would still like to continue on with some spooky summer. Like I said, I would like to maybe finish 3 witches. I do have a little bit of haul. Don't know if you guys want to see it or not. I did buy some fabric. Some Patriotic. Love the hats. Some stars. Red stars. Some more hats. Love the... I don't sew. Why do I buy fabric? Who knows, but who cares? And then trick or treat. Super cute. I had those last time and I think I forgot to show them. And then, as I mentioned, I don't have any charts this time, but I did buy some fabric. So, you probably can't see it because I'm in the way, thank goodness. But I have bought all new boxes. They're going to go in... Here we go again. This cabinet here, I wanted them, I have white ones, but I wanted them to be clear so I could see the fabric in them. But I did look up and get some fabric. So I don't know if you guys saw it, but Country Sampler had Stitch Camp, and they posted online that they had some pre-cut fabrics available if you wanted to call them. So, you know, called them right away, like, what you got? And they had Lakeside. So I got, and I'm not going to take them out of the packet, sorry about that, but I got 40 count Vintage Fawn by Lakeside. Maybe if I showed this side it'd be better. I got 40 count Needle and Flax Hemingway, which we all know I love that color. I got 40 count Vintage Pearl Barley by by Lakeside Linen. I got a 40 count Cedar Plank by Lakeside. I got, because I needed more of it, a 40 count Dolly Madison Needle and Flax. I mean, I think I have a yard of Dolly Madison, but it's still one of my favorites. And especially Patriotic stitching. Love it. A 40 count Vintage Exemplar from Lakeside. I got a fat half of that one instead of just a fat quarter, because I know I love that color. And then a 40 count Lakeside Wood Smoke. So I did look up and get that. Yeah, it's hilarious. So it's so fun. Like, I don't know if I've mentioned this at all, but I've had a terrible problem with wasp this year. Like hornets build nest. I mean, it's not inside the house, of course, but like outside. So they were like, I killed like 4 or 5 of them on my front porch. One, so my mailbox has like the mailbox and then like the little letter carrier for the paper underneath it. One was in there, killed it, and then I called the exterminator, and I'm like, okay, because I have a 2-story house, and up in the very very top part of the house, they had built nests in 3 of them, and I was like, I got to get somebody out here because, you know, I don't know how many feet it is up in the air, but I'm not getting on a ladder and spraying a wasp nest and letting them fly at me and die. I'm just not doing it. So I had that, and then I go to the car dealership, and they were like, "Oh, you need brand new tires." I was like, "Okay." I drive an SUV. I'm like, "You guys couldn't have, I was here like 3 months ago. You could have gave me a warning that I was getting close, you know?" So I had new tires. I was like, "Man, it's been an expensive month, but um, you know, is what it is." So I did also buy some of Rachel Needle and Flax had some orphan linen. So they maybe have like a discoloration spot on the side, or maybe the color didn't come out quite to, you know, she has pretty high standards with her linen, which is why I like it so much. Um, well, I just love the feel of it and the colors of it, to be honest with you. But anyway, she had orphan linens, and she still has some, I believe, and you can do like a light, a medium, and a dark, and she's already got them pre-packaged. My understanding, she already has them pre-packaged up. She just picks one from it and sends it right to you because it's all there ready and cut. She has fat quarters, fat halves, however you want it. So her first round, went back for more orphans, was 40 count medium. And so this is one of the ones that I got for my 40 count medium color. And I mean, I I see nothing wrong with it. I mean, it has some flubs in it, but what fabric does it? There's a couple of spots, like a little bit darker spots, but again, it was a great price point for a fat quarter. I think it was $21. So sign me up because I love Rachel's linen. So, Needle and Flax. So, that's one of them. I got a light color one in 40 count. Again, love it. Super pretty. And I know linen's hard, guys. I know it doesn't come up always true to color, but just gives you, if you're thinking about ordering them or on the fence, I highly recommend doing it. And then I got a dark color. Again, I just did fat halves. So good. I got fat quarters. Sorry, not fat halves. And then another medium color in a 40. I've been super happy with them. That one's coming out a little lighter. It's a little darker, but because it's medium, but I ordered a lot of these. A light color again. I'm gonna look at something for that. I'm already thinking in my head, what can I stitch on these? Pretty bad. And then dark color, which all I can think about is fall or Halloween. So those are a lot of fun. I highly recommend if you want to try some needle and flax, or if you're always looking for needle and flax. I know it can be it's hard to find linen, period. You know, a lot of the stores carry it, but a lot of the stores don't list online that they have it because they just don't sell online. So you have to call around. And Rachel, any of her linen, you can always order a yard, which I have done a lot in the past because there's some colors that I just know I cannot go without. Thornfield, I mean, all of them, but I'm not even going to name the list because I like them all. But I'd highly recommend you could, like I said, you can always, like I've ordered yards with friends before, and then we split it, things of that nature. She always does the yards, and then you can call around to some of the stores and see if they have it as well. But I know she's constantly working, so she is dying. So I did order the orphans. I did order a couple more in 46 that are on the way. I wanted a few 46 counts, so I thought that would be a great time to get them. Because a fat quarter, $21, you can't really go wrong with it. So I have that. That's really all my haul this time. And then I was going to show you, so my other kind of patriotic piece. This is in an adorable Jess with Como Stitches bag. I got a ton of fabric in here, that's what. So bulky, I've got to make a decision. Love this bag. Jess with Como Stitchers, she did start a new Patreon. It's $5 a month. Highly recommend you go sign up for it. She will be doing all just different things on her Patreon. I'm giving it a try out myself. I don't do a lot of the Patreons anymore, but I thought, you know, with it being a new one and I love Jess's bags, that I would, you know, support it and give it a try. So this was my other one that I was really on the fence about for my July 4th start. Sorry, it's not a great copy of it, but it's Willow Hill Samplings. It's a PDF, Land of the Free because of the Brave. Love this design. I've had it kitted up forever, and I really need to. I have Dolly Madison pulled for it. That's probably what I'm going to use on it, but I need to get it cut and make a decision. So I love that. I did kit up. Like I said, I got a bunch of Patriotic smalls. I showed some of these recently. I don't know if I should show them again or not, but oh well. Like I said, I put them all in this. This is Jess Como Stitches. This is one of her tall bags. So she has different sizes. She has vinyl, she has small. The one I just showed was a medium, and this is the tall. And then she has project folders too. So, I did kit up. I've done 2 of these, but I want to do the basket full of summertime. I love these. That's the threads for it. I'd love to get that one done at some point in time. If you don't want to see this, you can turn it off. Of course, Bent Creek, the flag. I want to restitch Summer in Baltimore. I did sell my other piece that was like this. I want to do it, finish it in the original design. But I did have someone kind enough. Several people reached out. They're very interested in purchasing. So thank you guys for that. And I did get it in the mail, and she's received it. So that has been sold. I definitely want to do Liberty. And these are not even kitted, but they're kind of the ones I pulled out and were like, if I'm going to do like a year full of Patriotic or want to stitch some Patriotic, like I said, I don't know if I'm doing like one every month or just throw them in where, I pulled everything like Mini Moon from Plum Street. I've always loved this guy, Stars and Stripes. I like options. Again, nobody needs to come for me. Love this. Another one of Teresa Kogut's books. Love that one right there. I love Old Glory. She has just some great patterns overall. And even that book that I have, the 1776 sampler, and it's got other great projects too. I have this one fully kitted from Country Sampler. Big drum, but it's beautiful. The big blue pink drum. I love this design. I've wanted to stitch it forever. Maybe. We'll see. And of course, can't go wrong with the Blackbird book. This book, I want to stitch everything in it. Maybe this is the year I do it. That would be a fun one if you stitched, you know, the ones you loved in a book. That would be a lot of fun. Again, a lot of people have stitched this book. A lot of people have stitched Salute to Abigail. It's gorgeous. I love this one. That's probably my favorite from the book. Love that one. I had stitched this one, but I brightened it up. It's a big mistake. Maybe I'll sell that one day too. Sweet Land of Liberty. Love that one too. I don't think that one would take long. I always say that. It's not going to take long. And then 10 years later, I'm still working on it. I have the Scarlet House Freedom, which I love. Oh, I'm stitching this year. Or next year. I mean, this is going to be done before 2026 is over. This is the Erica Michaels. I'm doing the larger berry, Sweet Freedom Berry. Fully kitted. I love this pattern. I just got this from Heart and Hand. The red, white, and blue doodles. All the threads for it. And then I love this one too. Nicole Swore. She did it, and then someone else finished it too. Was it Holly? Was it Mrs. Jones Stitches? Or was it just, I don't know. Someone else finished this too. Or maybe it was Brenda showed it. Brenda showed it, and she said she wished she had she did it on the bottom. No. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm old. It's like squirrels, right? Like you just have like stitches or stitching like on full, like just constantly going in your head. Can't remember anything. Anyway, love this one. Let's just say that. Take away all that nonsense. Scarlet House Patriotic, and I have that fully kitted. That one and the berry for sure. And then maybe Freedom for sure. Those are all the like, yup. I need to pull them out of the big mess of what I have in here. Sorry about that, guys. Let me put all that up before I make even more mess. I don't mind it being in a bag, but if it's not in a bag, it's messy. Okay. Oh, my bag's heavy. This was done by my good friend Jen. Tracy Kogut fabric. Again, love this fabric. Oh yeah. Everyone's got this, pulls this out. I'm stitching it. This is Lady Liberty. I picked Saltbush for it. I mean, I already got the fabric in there. That's when I'm serious. Like, threads, not so serious. Fabric, serious. My threads are a mess. I'm not even showing that. I mean, like, what a... I mean, like, look at this. Yeah. Nope. But I got Saltbush for it, so I think that'll be really pretty. I even have the Valdanis in here. Like, I'm ready to go. That one's serious. That one needs to come to the front. I said I was going to stitch it this year, and I didn't get to it yet, so we'll see. And then another Jess Como Stitches bag. I think I've shown most of these to you guys. Sorry about the repeats, but hey, forgive me. Again, this, you might have been stitching during it. This is Chessie and Me, Return of the Whales. It's a full kit from Silver Needle. I love that one. And then I have another full kit from Country Sampler. This is With That Needle and Thread, My Home Sweet Home. I think Missy from Two Needles One Thread just finished this one. Super cute. And she did it like as a flat piece, I think, just to tuck it in. If not, in my head you did. And then this is a really pretty bag. And this is another Blackbird book that I love. And I really want to stitch this one this year. Or next year. This is, got this, like I said, when I get fabric in there, I get serious. This is a Coloring Cotton. But this is for, Souvenirs of Summer by Blackbird Design. Great book. I really want to stitch this piece right here. Just right on the front. Only from 2024. Timely. And that's really like all the Patriotic I kind of got in my head right now. I mean, that's enough. I mean, come on. Plenty of options, which again, I like. And then, as I mentioned, I'm still wanting to do, so I've kind of got everything in my head. I want to do some of the starts that are the whips that I showed you guys. So those are kind of, for me, those are like more sampler summer. There's a couple that I have. And then, which was what Carol Saltbox Stitcher kind of started. So I have those. And then I got Spooky Summer in full force. And then I got Patriotic. So if I pick what I'm going to stitch on, I'll be doing good, right? But I did want to show you this. So this is in another, this is Teresa Koget's new line. This is Jess Como Stitchers medium-sized bag. Love this line. She's got some of these on sale tonight at 6 p.m. Central. So if you like this fabric, she's got an orange zipper in them. They are so cute. She made this one for me custom because I fell in love when I saw this fabric come out. So what I did was, a lot of people do this. I made these wood dye needle and thread kind of rings of thread. So I put all the weeks together. How pretty is that? I put all the classic colorworks together and then put some of which I had the Simply Shaker. So what I thought was if I had just like for an Halloween bag, and I'll show you these really fast, but like with any on thread, spirits and spells, you know, the witch's brew, a witch in her garden, bobbing for pumpkins. And I know I'm not stitching all these right now. I mean, come on, guys. I'm not stupid, but this is Boo, Scary Mouse. But I thought I know a lot of people do that with like Blackbird or like with that needle and thread. I thought it would be just great to have it because you're going to use this much of a color, right? Love this one when witches go riding. Halloween Quaker, which I know is different, but I still had it. Holiday Hoopla, Halloween. Had this one, A Bowl Full of Scaries by Plum Street. Love this chart. Goodness Gracious, which Nicole Spore just finished, and whew, got me on a fast downward spiral too. But anyway, I got to get these incorporated. These come from one of the finishes that I just had, and I'm going to do that. And then there are a few DMCs in those charts, so it's just a bag full of goodness. I'll look at it, and when I'm ready to do my next one, I'll just pick it up and go, and it'll all be there, and they'll be on the rings, and I don't have to constantly keep pulling threads, because every single one of those I like. I will hopefully eventually stitch. That's kind of where I'm pulling my smalls from that I would love to get done for Halloween, and a lot of good options in there. Oh, that bag's heavy too. And then I did have, because I was like, well, I was trying to do like maybe like one Halloween, one fall. We'll see how well I do with that. I like Halloween a lot. I like fall a lot too, but so this is one of Jess, I should change out the bag and put the big one in here. But this is one of Jess Como Stitches tall backs. This is Teresa Koget's fall line. I think she did it last year, I believe. And what? Oh, I have this kit in here, which is Plum Street Autumn Cottage. Love that one. I love a blue pumpkin. I love a white pumpkin. I love all the pumpkins. This one is one of Como Stitches Jess's small bags. See why I joined her Patreon. Love this. I think this is only from, you can only get this from Silver Needle, I believe. I want to say that. But I've had it kitted up ever since I got it, and I really enjoy it. But this is the Autumn Garden by Scarlet House. Love that piece. I don't think it would take too long to stitch it. This is a bag from my good friend Jen Winthizer, Purple Stitcher. She made lovely bags. Oh my goodness, this is just a mess too. This is the Scarlet House coverlet quart. Another great design. Scarlet House Fall Frolic. This is Plum Street Sampler House 4. I think. Sampler House 4. I love the Sampler House. That's my favorite one though, because of all the fall colors. Let's see. This is Pumpkins and Bittersweet. This is Scarlet House Autumn Alphabet. And then this one is Plum Street Autumn U. So those are all kind of, again, I got squirrels, guys. I'm not starting them all, but I got them ready to go. Whatever, wherever my brain takes me. I just don't, that way I don't dive in a stash. I just kind of can move forward. And they all sit kind of in, I'm going to point wrong, but in this cart over here, I have one of those Michael's 3-tier carts, and they just sit there waiting on me. They're like, hey. Another Jess Como Stitches bag. This is the medium. And there's only one in here. This is a beautiful fall. I love this one. This is With I Needle and Thread, where the bittersweet blooms. So cute. And I have, right now I have R&R Vintage Homespun for it. We'll see what I end up doing. Oh, what a mess. Okay. Sorry, I probably went through that too fast. Oh, I'm going to have to use a lint brush for this navy. That's really all I had to share today. Sorry. I know I start getting excited and I start going quick. I get it. I need to slow down. But it is what it is. Let's see. Gonna start my July 4th one today. Gonna try to finish Hilda's Alphabet Brew this weekend. And then, like I said, I'm going to DC for work. It's gonna be a pretty busy conference, and then I try to work. You know, there's always work that still comes in while you're at a conference, so I have to be kind of responsive for that. But that's really it. That, you know, everything I kind of have planned right now. You know, I hope everyone has a great 4th. I hope you get to spend it, you know, again, however you choose to. I'm probably going to go get some barbecue here in a minute. So pork barbecue chopped in South Carolina, and we do a lot of mustard-based sauce in South Carolina. Carolina Yellow is kind of what we call it. It's more of a sweet mustard-based sauce. Not honey mustard, but it's still sweet and delicious. We have the others too. I know North Carolina has a lot of vinegar. A lot of our places around here carry the vinegar, and then, you know, just normal, mild and hot. Probably run and go get some chopped pork for that. I'm more of a pork eater than brisket, because that's kind of what I grew up on. Anyway, I don't know why I went on that total tangent, guys. Sorry about that. And And that's everything I had. Oh, I did get over 10,000 subscribers. Can't believe it. So thank you everyone who subscribed. Thank you everyone who comments. Yeah, hopefully you can tell how much I love to stitch from these videos. That's really why I'm here. I do, just for kind of documenting what I've been stitching. And I enjoy the community and the interactions and getting to talk to you guys all. I don't post as much as I should on Instagram. It's hard. I try to be as interactive as I can, but you know, work and life kind of gets in the way. So um, we'll see. We'll see if I can get better with that. But that's really everything that I've got. This is where I always ramble on and remember everything that I was supposed to say, an hour ago. But y'all probably hung up by, like I said, by now. Anyway, hung up like it's a phone. Uh, I really wish I could edit. No, I'm not taking the time to do that. Like Carol Saltbox says, she loves when I say, I'm not doing that. Because I'm not. You guys all have a happy 4th. You have a great July. Um, this is about a video every 2 weeks for me. It's not going to be the norm. I don't have enough to show every 2 weeks. No way. I barely can fill an hour now as it is. I mean, I have the gift of gab. I can talk, but for some reason the camera comes on and I'm like, here's my piece. Hope you enjoy it. I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of brilliant things I could say, but I don't know. I kind of forget everything. Anyway, have a great 4th. Thank you guys all for watching and commenting and liking. I appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a great July. I'll talk to you later. Bye.